Welcome back to the realistic road to glory here on FC24. We are in actually better form than we were. Back-to-back victories at the end of the last episode see us back into the playoffs as it stands currently, and just 7 points away from an automatic promotion spot with 30 games to go. We're a third of the way through the season, and so far so good is probably the best way to phrase it. With regards to goals against, we're good. We've got solid defence. With regards to goals for, not quite so much. We are probably looking for a new striker in January. We are, however, having noticed in between last episode and this one that another youngster has rapidly grown out on loan. We are looking to promote from within for a couple of other positions. I was contemplating selling on a couple of players in January and buying to replace. I don't need to. I showed you Adam Clarkson in the last one. He was 65. He's grown again to 66. Obviously, as per the rules of the save, we don't like players to grow by more than 3. But if they're out on loan, there's nothing I can do about it. He's grown by 8. So I think Clarkson needs to come back and start, don't you? We'll recall him in January. Ibrahim Rose is up to 61. He would be a 64 rated cam, but I don't think I'm going to change him to a cam. I'm quite happy with him being a slightly lower rated centre mid, because at cam, someone we didn't realise had grown as much as he has now, Liam Lee is up to 66 rated. And I think it's time he gets recalled as well. He's only got 48 finishing, that we can train. I think in January I recall Liam Lee, I recall Adam Clarkson, and we spend what budget we have on a new striker. And I'm going to look to loan Cleary. With regards goal stats, Dodds is still my top goal scorer in all competitions. Berry with 3 in the league has the same as Thomas and Grieve. So Grieve will be our continued starting striker for now. Cleary will drop out of the starting lineup, but we will loan Cleary, have Grieve be our backup, and look to buy a new striker in the upcoming January transfer window. That is my expectation as we progress further forward in this season. Whether we can achieve promotion and get ourselves to the Championship remains to be seen, but that new striker could well do it for us. Newly promoted Grimsby and newly promoted Stockport today for us, as well as obviously fellow promotion hunters Barnsley away as well. So, Grimsby Town, we face them first. They've got Rose up top alongside Gardner. They are not a very good side. They're in the relegation zone. They've lost 4 of their last 5. We have to win this fixture. So let's go and do it. Please do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content. I'd very much appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more moving forward. We'll put Dodds in actually, and we'll move Brown to Cam for now, and Dodds can get the nod out wide on this occasion. Brophy bagged 2 in the last fixture to give us victory on that particular occasion. I don't think it's going to be enough to see him keep his starting spot though. By the time we get to January, that Clarkson kid is going to come back and steal left mid away from James Brophy. But last year's player of the season will probably be able to get a contract extension regardless, and he'll still be usable for us moving forward. Hopefully he can have an impact still. Dodds will look for a delivery here. Brown will nod it into the middle. Brophy could have been there. Jordan Cousins is! And Eastwood makes a very good save. Saying thank you to iPhase today. Saying thank you to Jamie Burgess today as well for your continued support in the comment section. And thank you to George as well, who I'm sure, as a Sheffield United fan, very much enjoyed the win over Sheffield Wednesday a couple of episodes ago. Zeno's up. Mayer clears poorly. And Grieve will keep this in the danger zone. Brown out of his feet. Brown scored a worldie for us earlier this season, but this time Eastwood saves. Intercepted by Nurse and Berry. Brown. Greaves on the run. Dodds on the run. Greaves can't be found. Jordan Cousins recovers possession. Dodds can't be found. Berry recovers possession. Through to Grieve. Grieve needs to bag. He needs to bag. He's hit the post. Alex Grieve has got to take those chances to stand a chance of being the man to lead us to the Championship. If he continues to miss gilt-edged opportunities like that, then he will be forever the backup man once we buy someone new in the next transfer window. Huh! Sorry. Free kick for Grimsby, and he's put a lot on this. Brown wins the header really nicely. Grieve needs some support. Or is he? He's Drifted past the man and bursts past another. He's got support with him. Grieve going to go all the way. He's made up for it. A wonderful solo run to beat two defenders. Racing behind. And this time, between the sticks. 1-0 Cambridge. There will be more difficult games this season than Grimsby Town at home. But given the inconsistency of the form, I was hoping that we could play this one and get a really strong result and kind of boost my confidence in my team again. Alex Grieve is in. This time, can he bag it from here? Yes. Alex Grieve makes it 2. He's against the side that are probable relegation candidates and probably League 2 quality still, despite being in League 1. So we won't necessarily say that Grieve is turning his season around. He might just have found his level. If he can do it against Grimsby, but he can't do it against sides in the top half of the table, then he's not going to be the man for the championship, is he? Not at present, anyway. Draper. Missed it. Mayer. Can't get there. That'll be full time. Well, 2-0 in the end was enough. The 2 chances taken by Grieve in the first half. If he hadn't hit the post with his first effort, he could have had himself a hat-trick today. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be, but didn't need to be. Grimsby are not cut out for League 1 level, I think it's safe to say. Based on that particular performance, we'll take the 3 points, be very happy with it. Peterborough draw as well, which is good news for us. We have a question from the comments section for the press conference. It's from Coleman. After keeping another clean sheet, very apt. It says, with how good Jack Stevens has been for you, would you consider keeping him as your number 1 in the championship if you get there next season, or if nobody comes in for him? Or, to be competitive, would you replace him? Jack Stevens has been superb for us so far in this save, and I think it would be only fair that we give him the opportunity in the first half of our first championship season, whenever that may be, for him to continue to be the rock at the back that he has been. Can't get promoted and keep a goalkeeper that was one of the highest clean sheet keepers last year. I mean, he was second in the Golden Boot race last year and leads the Golden Boot race this year. I just can't replace him at the moment. It would be entirely unfair and unrealistic to do so. Exeter City are next opponents. Another 5 back for them. They are in 22nd place, so another relegation threatened side. Exeter do tend to yo-yo between Leagues 1 and 2 in the past decade or so. Plus, so it's no surprise to see them where they are at the moment. We will actually give Diabate another game. I'm going to probably bite the bullet and start Diabate ahead of Zeno now moving forward. I think it's just the right thing to do at this stage of both players' careers, unfortunately for Zeno. Hopefully we should get a win down at St James's Park, and indeed we do. George Thomas and Luke Berry grabbed the goals in a 2-0 win for Cambridge United, which is most welcome. There's a question from the press conference from Charlie. It says, with Cambridge battling for promotion last season and this season also, more eyes will eventually want to sit down at the Abbey Stadium to watch these matches. Is there any plans to renovate the stadium to accommodate for the influx of fans in the case of promotion? At present, I'd say we're not planning on upgrading the stadium at the moment. We will, obviously, as we progress through the divisions, but at this particular moment in time, with a balance of only 4.6 million, I think our priority has to be the playing staff once we get promoted to the Championship. Maybe once we consolidate in the Championship, then, and we have ourselves a decent squad, then we could consider upgrading the stadium. We certainly will throughout the course of the save in that instance. But perhaps once we've gotten ourselves a squad that can keep us in the division, there's no point improving a stand if we then get relegated and there aren't bums to go on seats anymore. With regards where we see match tickets, etc. come through, it says match attendance 7716. Now our stadium in-game has about 8,000 capacity, so once we start getting close to capacity, then we will look to upgrade, I think, although I'm not sure how realistic that would be in terms of the game probably doesn't do that. So once we've established in the Championship and we feel like we've gotten ourselves a squad that can keep us up, or once we've stayed up once then we'll look to put some funds into the stadium if the funds are available in the bank balance. They should be available, we hope, but we might have to spend most of our money to stay in the division. We haven't yet figured that out. Oh, Kirk Henderson has completed his positional change from a 65 rated centre-back for a player that we believe is more suited with his passing stats to be a CDM. He stays at 65. Okay, not a problem. We can look to develop him moving forward, and considering we're going to use him slightly further forward, I will look to improve his passing stats as well as his dribbling. His tackling is decent, and we'll obviously look to continue to improve that as we move forward. But fingers crossed we can get him to become a better CDM by being better in possession rather than at present being similarly suited to being a centre-back. We said we'd call him up in February, so we at least get to use him for 6 months before someone swoops in and steals him off us, because that's the nature of the game, isn't it? So that's what we'll do. And we have now Fleetwood Town coming up, trying to loan out Cleary, but as you can tell by Elche, Gent, Blackburn, I've also had Hull City come in with loan to buys. None of them are realistic at the moment, so it might be a case, as we saw with the youth players, that when we're trying to loan someone out, we might just have to wait until we get, or sorry, we might not be able to wait until we get a realistic bid in. We might just have to loan to anyone, but I will try and persist until I absolutely have to bite the bullet. We have Fleetwood at home next, then Barnsley away, and Swindon now in the Cup, as the Stockport game has been pushed to midweek next month. So we will play that Cup game against Swindon, but we are firstly going to simulate this game against Fleetwood. They've got Stockley still up top for them. Wiradu at the back is pretty strong. Rooney at right back as well. Fleetwood, not a great side, and Grieve is on international duty, so I'll see you in a second. Well then, attempt 2 to play and hopefully beat Fleetwood Town, which indeed we do. Berry and Brophy both with the goals for the U's. The winning run is continuing. I haven't actually checked the league table for a couple of games now, with Barnsley next, which is obviously a very important fixture. Are we starting to push towards the top 2? Yes, we are. The gap has been as high as 8 to Huddersfield in second. It is now as low as 5. We're reeling them in with a decent run of form. Peterborough are scoring a lot of goals. Our, to be fair, goal tally has ticked up of late. We've been putting the ball in the back of the net a little bit better. 2 against Fleetwood, 2 against Exeter, 2 against Grimsby, 2 against Blackpool, whereas previously, look, 1 Leyton Orient, 1 Swindon, 1 Lincoln, none against Wigan or Northampton. We're starting to put the ball in the back of the net with a bit more regularity at the moment, which hopefully is going to fire us towards the Championship. Barnsley away, though, is not an easy fixture. Barnsley still with Devante Cole in their front line, 7th place in the division, 3 wins in their last 5. You can tell by the average ratings, this is probably the best squad that we've played so far this season. 69 defence, 69 midfield and 67 attack, when we know Devante Cole is 68 rated, but is as effective as a 75 rated player at this level. It's going to be a very tough fixture. We're not at full strength either, due to the nature of the fixture list at the moment, but we can start a number of players that we would like to. So we will be strong enough to be able to hold on to hopefully a point. Question is, are we strong enough to keep the winning run going? Rafferty, Dodds. Dodds might only be 62 rated, but he has impressed a little bit this season. I'd be tempted to look to loan him out in January, just on a short time frame. Thought Barnsley were going to score an own goal, to maybe try and get a bit more extended growth out of him. With the exceptional growth of Clarkson, maybe if Dodds can do the same, we might be able to promote from within in a number of different positions, and that would save us so much money, meaning we could maybe upgrade the stadium early. We mentioned upgrading the stadium earlier with a press conference question. If we were able to promote from within and have players grow well and genuinely compete in the first team, then it would save us a hell of a lot of money on transfer fees. and we could maybe improve the stands slightly. Styles into Waters. One thing that won't improve is the scoreline if Barnsley keep attacking like this, but Luke Berry's done very well. Dodds is still out there, but Cleary can't find him yet. Dodds looking for the runner Rafferty. A run that is found well. Not much in terms of support, but Berry found. And Thomas. Good footwork from George. Digby's here. And Berry again. And George Thomas again. And Berry again. And Luke Berry, deflected. Could have gone anywhere. Wide for a corner is where it does end up. Best will take the corner himself. Looking for Paul Digby, who can't find the target. Trophy. Thomas backs away nicely. It's good appreciation and awareness for space. And Reyes Cleary is in. And can't finish. He's got to start burying those one-on-one opportunities, Reyes Cleary. This is exactly why we want to send him out on loan, to improve so that he can come back and have the opportunity to hold down a first-team spot. At the moment, he's not good enough for the level we're playing at, let alone the level we have aspirations of being at in the not-too-distant future. Waters, lovely through ball. Devante Cole. Oh, Devante Cole! We kept him quiet for the entirety of the first half. 2.5 minutes into the second, he's not quiet anymore. Barnsley have their lead at last. William Dodds. Berry spins and forward. Thomas to Rafferty. Rafferty inside. Thomas again. Digby forward. Cleary round the corner maybe. Digby still. Cleary round the corner maybe. Reyes Cleary. Goal for Cambridge United. He's finally done it for us in a played game. He's scored in Sims. He's not done that before for me when I'm in control of him. Now he has. Reyes Cleary bags an equaliser at Oakwell, and that could be giant for keeping us in touch with the top two. O'Keefe getting away from Nurse. O'Keefe still getting away from Nurse. Devante, off the post, Rafferty. What reactions from the defender. That was instinctive. I had no control over that. He did that all of his own accord. Digby tries, fails to win it back. Devante Cole's at it again. And Zach Jules is in the way. Oh, we fought so hard for an equaliser and then very nearly went behind again. 5 minutes to go. Not that Barnsley aren't accustomed to scoring late goals against us, but we will try and keep the ball away from them for the remainder of this game and just get the point. I could try and look for Cleary here in the middle to maybe go for a winner, but probably should have just run to the corner. Time wasted. Oh, I thought he was going to give that straight to Cleary then, who had the room and pace to get away from them. Oh, are Barnsley a little bit lucky there? Maybe so. That's the first time we've felt competitive with Barnsley since we were halfway through the previous game when we were 2-0 up against them. And they obviously scored 2 late goals. Charlton win again. Peterborough lose again, which is huge for us, as we have one final question from the press conference. That from Hoodie Plays, who says a lot of veteran Premier League players are falling in form and getting moved out of the Premier League and further down the divisions. If Cambridge achieve promotion, is bringing one of those low 70s rated players with experience on the cards. For example, someone like Harry Maguire. Maguire is a bit too far out of the realms of possibility at the moment for us when getting to the Championship, but we saw earlier in this season that Sam Godosh from Brentford was available for transfer, a player that has extensive Championship experience and some Premier League experience for Brentford at that top tier level. That's probably the calibre of player we could look to bring in from the Premier League as they look to extend their careers by dropping down a division when they not quite got it to stay at the elite level. 70s with regards ratings is out of our realms of possibility at the moment, with our highest rated players still currently being 68, I believe, with Berry and Rafferty. Swindon Town then, League 2 Swindon in this save, and I think in real life as well, to be completely honest. Not a strong team, 61 attack, 59 in the midfield, and 62 in defence, which is clearly their strongest area. Jordan Hunt in the midfield is a Patreon player for them, so Jordan getting the start here ahead of a couple of others. Last season, we got Bolton in the cup, didn't we? And didn't manage to make the most of a potential cup run and financially from that, by going on a bit of a run with some good results. So this time, hopefully, we can get ourselves the result and actually progress in the cup. We'll give a couple of fringe players some first team football here, and Archer can start in goal, but I don't want to make too many changes for fear of not being able to get the result. Put Digger on the bench because he's just... Oh, sorry. Put Grieve on the bench. To be fair, there's not much difference between the two of them, is there? Whatevs. Come on in. Let's go and get the result. Up the yellows. Forward into Brown. And Berry. And Cleary. Looking for Grimmer, not found. Hit a hand, though. Free kick in a probably not goal-scoring position, if we're honest. But if we chip this towards the back post, maybe someone get on the end of it. Someone like Diabate who can head 5 yards wide. Oh, dear. Marcus Brown. Come on, Cleary. Get yourself in the middle, mate. Little dink. Cleary! Like Tracy. I mean, it's all Cambridge United here at the minute. Swindon just can't get out. But I can't find a bloody goal to save my life right now. Nurse. Brophy. Brophy. Looking for Cleary. Cleary found. Cleary turns. Cleary! Saved by Bran. Good stop down low. Yellow card, unsurprisingly, for the Swindon man for the challenge earlier on. And we'll try again from a corner. Berry delivers. George Nurse underneath it. And cleared by Devine. As far as Jordan Cousins. Down. And not goal of the season. Got down nicely. Brophy spins his man. George Nurse is arriving. That's really well done. Got George Thomas at the back post. It's Thomas will look for... I think that came off Blake Tracy. Oh, and Brown with an acrobatic save that was absolutely unnecessary. Got support short from Jordan Cousins, who should have enough strength to hold off Carnu. Good trickery too. Bad solo run from Jordan Cousins. Just spreading the play well. You can hear the crowd sound their appreciation. Soleil Kaikai played in here. Off the bench to maybe help us have a winning impact. Cousins, I tried to shoot with that. Cleary's recovered it. Cleary from the edge of the box, wide of the target. Got to be better, pal. Elias spreads to Soleil. It's George Thomas is making the run. It's Cleary that's played in. Cleary looks for Soleil Kaikai again. And the man that might well be on his way out of the club, might be keeping us in the FA Cup. He's not. Inside of the post struck and away. What has a man got to do to score a goal in a game of football? I'm not sure. Clearly not what I've been doing in this fixture so far, because it's not working. Thomas looking for the ball out wide. Grimmer found well. Elias Kachunga's back post. Oh my God, it nearly went straight in from the cross. Can you imagine? Oh, it's a goal kick though. And we will have an FA Cup replay against Swindon to contest in the month of December. It is not ideal at all, but it is where we find ourselves 0-0 with the League 2 outfit that are undeniably, so far in this save, the worst side we've played. So that's gone well, hasn't it? Any shocks in there? None that we can see at the moment. That's really frustrating. With Stockport to come out, I'd rather have played Stockport. With Stockport to come, we are 4th in the table, still 5 points off Huddersfield, who've still continually only lost 1. We've only lost 2, same as Wickham. And Charlton at the top of the table, whose lead is currently 3 points. We were 8 points off second. We're now 8 points off first. And the gap to outside the playoffs is 6 points. So we're as close to automatics as we are from not getting promoted at all. 9 draws, though. 8 draws for Huddersfield, 9 draws for us, 11 draws for Wickham. So many sides trying their best to not get promoted. We've got Wickham twice in tomorrow's episode, and Stockport twice, and Huddersfield Town. So we'll play Stockport, we'll play Huddersfield, and we'll play Wickham. But which one of them, I don't know yet. Really need to make sure we get a result against Huddersfield, though, don't we? Desperately. Now, we should... Oh, no, we've already had the scout report. Already had the scout report, and it was rubbish, haven't we? Yeah, unfortunately. Not to worry. Well, then, join me tomorrow for the last episode before the January transfer window, where with pennies to spend, we have intent to do so. See you tomorrow.